Mixon trying to run it in. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. And so they run it in on the 2-point try. You know, so often, Charles, we talk about from the offense's perspective what you do on the 2-point conversion. How about the defense? How do they play run versus pass?
It's really difficult for them because I think most teams want to play for the pass. That's what they see most teams do. And so are you able to mass enough people inside if the team decides to run it? Very difficult. I think what you're seeing a lot more now, people blitzing the 2-point conversion. They want you to make a quick decision and make it right now.
There, the offense wins the battle for 2. Jackson. That's complete. It's Rashad Bateman. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 15-0 our score. It's the NFL on EA Sports. Raven football here as we... begin quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Throwing is Jackson. Eluding the pressure right, and he'll just get rid of it. Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and you're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, balls out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by a half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync.
And an off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
Partner, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
It's caught by Aguilar. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 39. A nice pickup of 10 means that this drive will stay on track.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on 1st down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
Now it's Jackson. He'll let this go for the end zone. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Derek Stingley picks it. And now off to the races down the right side. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. They picked it in the end zone. They're glad he brought it out all the way across midfield into enemy territory.
And don't think for a second that some teammates didn't tell him to stay in the end zone, right? What he did there, to me, was the equivalent of baseball running through the third base coach's signal to stop at third. And
it's only good if you're safe.
And he ended up, to me, this counts as safe. That's a great return.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Watch tight end.
A draw play for Mixon. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 31-yard line.
They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Play action. Stroud now. He's got the hook up with Diggs. Touchdown, Houston. Stephon Diggs, 31 yards. And the Texans continue to pull away here in this first half. Now the Houston offense is going to stay out there as they'll try for two. They'll let Mixon try and run it in. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more. Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. A second quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things and it won't come back and hurt them later.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. To throw is Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And it'll be second down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
At the Texans' 34-yard line.
2nd and 7, operating from the 34. Here's Jackson. They set up the screen for Henry. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Jackson now. And the screen unsuccessfully dropped it.
I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Lamar Jackson, a 10-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. It's caught inside the 5. And he gets into the end zone. We'll give them credit. They're not going to take this deficit lying down. They get 2 closer here on the fake extra point. The effort snuffed out. The Texans' hands team recovers. The risk reward of the onside kick. When you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because you're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling. And whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those types of things, now that they've given up that type of field position, the advantage is switched to their opponent.
And they'll throw it with Stroud here, 1st and 10. He'll drop this one down to Mixon.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. A good down to possibly take a shot. And, in fact, they'll come up with an empty backfield on 2nd and inches.
Here's Stroud. Got his man, Dell. He's got room at the 30.
And finally marked down at the 23. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. In on the stop, the former Georgia Bulldog, Roquan Smith. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Check. 3 down.
Stroud to throw it. They intercept Stroud again, the third time in this game. Picked up by Brandon Stevens. And the Ravens are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. Meanwhile, Jackson's throw pulled in by Aguilar. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down. Jackson. Complete. It's Henry. They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's second down. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. On second down, Jackson. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's 4th down.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go.
And that is incomplete. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start calling back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
Now Jackson.
He completes it to Henry. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Now it's Jackson. Flush to his right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
That was Will Anderson getting home and finishing the play.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Play action. It's Jackson. And my goodness, another interception.
Down the right sideline.
Well, I certainly think that we're seeing a big reason why this team has struggled to put points on the board so far, because too many of their drives have ended in turnovers already, and we still have